Welcome back for another edition of Calhoun County's Most Wanted, the first fall edition of Calhoun County's Most Wanted for the year.
Fall edition, no more wearing white after, what is it, Labor Day, and then the leaves are falling and Chris is falling.
The temperature's falling. It feels good out there right now.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Gosh, I wish I was on my boat. Nice breeze. Gunnersville bound this weekend.
All right. I'm Chris Wright, along with John Garlick from the Calhoun County Sheriff's Office. And John, we've got a big day coming up on Saturday. It's going to be another big football day, I'm sure, and all those kind of things going on. But also, we want people to take a moment to think about getting rid of prescription drugs that they have and don't need.
That's right. It's Drug Take Back Day this Saturday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Quintard Mall. So if you've got your old prescriptions laying around the house, the best way to dispose of them is bring them down to the mall and give them to us. We'll take care of them and dispose of them properly. We don't want you flushing them down the toilet, Chris, or
I get into the water supply.
And messes with the water supply, and we certainly don't want you leaving them around the house, because some prescriptions actually become toxic if you leave them laying around, and you can be thinking, I'm taking something to help me, some problem I had 3 years ago, so I'm going to take the same script. I didn't use it up. It could make you sicker.
And even if it doesn't make you sick, it may just not help you, but you think you're getting the medication you need, so you're not getting that medication, and problems arise there. Of course, we also have the issue of people coming into your home, or people who live in your home taking medication that is not intended for them. That can be a big problem. This is actually not just a local thing. This is National Drug Take Back Day, so I know this program is being watched in places other than Calhoun County as well. Wherever you are, I'm sure they've got something set up for a Drug Take Back Day. I know in Gadsden, in Etowah County, they're going to be doing it at the Walmart in East Gadsden. So look around wherever you are, find where the drug take back is going to be happening. In Calhoun County, it's at the Quintard Mall. If somebody tells you it's at their house or at a tattoo parlor, don't believe them. No. Don't take your drugs there.
And be sure to bring your medications in the prescription bottle they were in. Don't take them out and dump them in a bag and bring them down. We need them in the prescription bottle. We'll take care of all that and dumping in it. We'll let you dump them in a bag with law enforcement there watching you, because if you put a bag full of mixed prescriptions in your car and you're driving down, you get pulled over, that's bad.
Yeah.
That's very bad.
That's not going to be a good thing.
Not a good thing.
So keep it in the bottle. Okay. We will take a break, and actually, we haven't even told the count yet.
We haven't told it. You're leaving without telling everybody what they did. Bring the count up. We had, I think, there we go, 5 people arrested. The count's up to 3,188 people put on a little vacation at the Calhoun County Hilton because of the great work of the citizens of Calhoun County.
All right. I was anxious to get to the break, because when we come back, we're going to have an opportunity for you to help veterans. Everybody says they want to do something to help our veterans, right? Well, we've got an opportunity for you to get involved when we come back on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.
Congratulations, Sheriff Amerson, John Garlick, and Matthew Wade, my friends, for 10 years of Calhoun County's Most Wanted and over 3,000 arrests. Way to go, guys.
Congratulations, Calhoun County's Most Wanted and Crime Stoppers, for 10 great years. And thank you to the citizens of Calhoun County for putting 3,000 people behind the bars. Yay!
For emergency and non-emergency medical transportation, you can count on Anniston EMS.
Hello, I'm Johnny Warren with Anniston EMS, and we appreciate the opportunity to provide support for the Calhoun County's Most Wanted program. And I would like to remind everyone out there that if they need any medical transportation needs, please don't hesitate to call us.
Call Anniston EMS at 256-237-8572.
Big news for homebuyers searching through all those complicated mortgage options. AOD Federal Credit Union is now offering new, out-of-the-box mortgage solutions. Mortgage loan manager Jamie Bailey will help find the best rates and quickest approval for you. Conventional, FHA, VA, USDA, Jumbo, HARP, and more. Call Jamie Bailey at 256-241-8218. Out-of-the-box mortgage services. Reason number 4 that you belong with AOD Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by NCUA. All loans subject to credit approval. Certain restrictions apply. Equal housing lender.
Amazing Grace.
How sweet the sound that saved
a crackhead, drug addict, alcoholic, meth-free, a wretch like me.
I once was
homeless,
broken, Sad.
Just lost. But now I am sober.
Happy.
I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
Every day, shattered lives are restored thanks to the goods you donate to the Salvation Army.
Hi, I'm Katina Houston with Family Links, and this is the parenting tip of the week. Be flexible and willing to adjust your parenting style. Most parents would disagree with this statement simply because they want to hold on to the do as I say because I said so style of parenting. If you frequently feel let down by your child's behavior, perhaps you have unrealistic expectations. Parents who think in shoulds, for example, my kid should be potty trained by now, my child should be getting good marks in school daily, might find it helpful to read up on the matter or to talk to other parents or child development specialists. Kids' environments have an impact on their behavior, so you may be able to modify that behavior by changing the environment. If you find yourself constantly saying no to your 2-year-old, look for ways to restructure your surroundings so that fewer things are off limits. This will cause less frustration for both of you. Look at other creative ways to change your child's environment. It could help the behavior. As your child changes, you'll gradually have to change your parenting style. Chances are what works with your child now won't work as well in a year or two. And as for parents of teens, teenagers tend to look less to their parents and more to their peers for role models. But continue to provide guidance, encouragement, and appropriate discipline while allowing your teen to learn more independence and seize every available moment to make a connection. For more tips like this, please call Family Links at 256-820-5911.
And welcome to this week's edition of Calhoun County's Most Wanted. First up this week, Willard Quinn. Mr. Quinn, last known to be living in Gadsden, he's wanted for receiving stolen property third. And take a look at Jamie Stripling. Mr. Stripling, last known to be living in Hobson City, he's wanted on probation revocation of possession of marijuana first. And here is Brandon Roberts. Mr. Roberts, last known to be living in Anniston. He's wanted for probation violation on felony domestic violence third, assault. And take a look at Ronald Merritt. Mr. Merritt, last known to be living in Anniston. He's wanted for probation violation on fraudulent use of a credit card. And this is Brenton Thompson. Mr. Thompson, last known to be living in Piedmont. He's wanted on probation violation for fraudulent use of a credit card ×2. And last up in our first half, Michael Pilkington. Mr. Pilkington, last known to be living in Heflin. He's wanted for theft of property third. And that's it for the first half of the lineup. Stay tuned for the second half later in the show.
More bad guys in just a few minutes, but right now we want to talk to the good guys. Judge Brenda Stedham is here with Colonel Chuck Kelly, and we want to talk about Veterans Court today. I know this is something we've talked a lot about, and it's something that's continuing on and getting bigger and better.
Right, absolutely. We've been really blessed that we've got lawyers and judges referring veterans to our court, and we have a great concern for our veterans because 1 in 5 comes back from multiple deployments with some sort of mental health issue such as PTSD. 1 in 6 comes back with substance abuse, and many of them come back with both.
And one of the things that we're really lucky about here in Calhoun County is not that we just have the drug court, but that we have somebody available to help with the mental health aspect of that.
That's right.
John Garlick.
I'm privileged to work with Veterans Court. I'm part of the committee that runs it or helps advise it, and we meet every Tuesday, and it's great fun, and I really feel like I'm giving back a little bit to the guys that gave so much for us.
I think I misspoke. Did I say drug court a minute ago?
You did. It's Veterans Court.
There's so many different things going on. Our court system, we are lucky that in Calhoun County, we have done a lot of things to be proactive and really get out there and provide what is needed for the people, not just having the basic court system.
Right, that's exactly right. And the Veterans Court is blessed because it has 2 things that many of the other courts don't. It has a mentor who is a veteran who's assigned to each person who's a participant. And we also have the resources through the Veterans Administration to give them the treatment that they need and the services that they need. We also have on our team a representative of the Veterans Administration whose sole purpose is to help us work this program. So
let's talk just briefly here before we talk about the mentor program. I know that's something we really want to talk about, but before we get there, let's make sure everybody understands exactly what Veterans Court is.
Okay. When our young men and women come back from multiple deployments and they have problems, they tend to get into fights, or they tend to self-medicate with pills or alcohol or whatever they can get their hands on, because they have these scary things in their mind that they've seen, these things that they've had to do that have been awful, but they've done it in service of our country, and I appreciate that. So we need to treat those underlying issues. Just prosecuting them and punishing them is not going to do any good. It's not going to help them become the healthy people they need to be for themselves, their family, and their community. And if we can make these services available to them and they can become healthy individuals, then we all win.
You know, if we send our kids off to university for 4 years, we expect them to come back different.
Right.
If we send them off to war for 4 years, we better expect they're going to come back different from the way they left.
That's right. And they come back with invisible wounds. You know, we have mamas and families who go to the airport, pick up their young man, and they're so relieved to see he's in one piece, but he's really not. His body is there, but he's got major problems.
All right. Colonel Kelly, one of the issues that we have when people come back and we're trying to help them, a lot of us want to help them, but we don't understand what they've been through, and that's why it's so important to have the mentor aspect of the Veterans Court, right?
Yeah, Chris, I agree with you. The world has changed. My era, the Vietnam era, we were generally deployed to war for a year or 18 months. We came back, and that was it. The military now with Afghanistan and Iraq, these kids, and I say kids because of my age, I guess, these young men and women are deploying for 18 months, then they come back. And they go again, and they go again, and they go again. They don't know who the enemy is. In some cases, people wearing uniforms similar to theirs are doing damage to them. So when they come back, many of them are damaged. The Veterans Court has been a great option. Judge Stedham recruited me about a year ago, and we're trying to work and get additional mentors to work with these young men as a friend. We use the term battle buddy, as an advocate to help them go through the VA, the myriad of services the VA offers. VA has gotten a bad rap recently, but our experience, at least in the Veterans Court, is they've done a great job. Mm-hmm. So we try to help these people because I think we owe them a little something. It's a last chance, and Judge Stedham has worked with them and emphasized that it really is their last chance. They've messed up, they've committed some sort of felony, but we give them one more chance, and if they can get through this program, that felony is, I guess, expunged from their record?
Well, their guilty plea is set aside. They have to plead guilty on the front end, and they're told by their attorney and by me exactly what they're facing. Some of these people are facing 10 years in the state prison system because of the drug problems that they have. But they know on the front end that if they don't make it through this program, they're going to go serve their time, and they're going to pay their fines and so on. And they have a carrot and a stick. They have the stick, which is if they fail, then they have to do the time. And the carrot is we're giving them what they need to make it. So
we're not just telling them that there's no accountability for their action, but we are saying we know that there were some contributing circumstances that got you into this situation, and we're going to take our own responsibility for that and try to help you.
Right, because it's the underlying illness that's causing the problem. If you don't ever get to that underlying illness, substance abuse or PTSD or both, then they're going to continue to behave that way. So they go to prison for 10 years. Guess what? When they come out and they have a felony, they're going to have a really hard time getting a job. So then they're going to be selling drugs, so they're going to end up back in the prison system. If we can force them to go to counseling, force them to go to doctors, force them to show up twice a month and tell me what's going on with them, force them to go through random drug screens, do all the things that are necessary for them to be healthy again, then the guilty plea will be set aside.
All right. Well, I want to talk more about the mentor aspect of this and the opportunities that we have for people to get involved. We need to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have the second half of this week's lineup and more about Veterans Court and the mentorship program here on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.
Congratulations on Calhoun County Most Wanted and Crime Stoppers for 10 years on the air and 3,000 arrests.
Congratulations to Calhoun County's Most Wanted, 10 years on the air, and to Crime Stoppers for their 3,000 arrests. Great job, guys. Keep up the good work.
Amazing grace.
How sweet the sound that saved
A crackhead, drug addict, alcoholic, meth freak, a wretch like me.
I once was
Homeless,
broken, sad,
just lost. But now I am sober.
happy.
I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
Every day, shattered lives are restored thanks to the goods you donate to the Salvation Army.
Big news for homebuyers searching through all those complicated mortgage options. AOD Federal Credit Union is now offering new, out-of-the-box mortgage solutions. Mortgage loan manager Jamie Bailey will help find the best rates and quickest approval for you. Conventional, FHA, VA, USDA, jumbo, HARP, and more. Call Jamie Bailey at 256-241-8218. Out-of-the-box mortgage services. Reason number 4 that you belong with AOD Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by NCUA. All loans subject to credit approval. Certain restrictions apply. Equal housing lender.
For emergency and non-emergency medical transportation, you can count on Anniston EMS.
Hello, I'm Johnny Warren with Anniston EMS, and we appreciate the opportunity to provide support for the Calhoun County's Most Wanted program. And I would like to remind everyone out there that if they need any medical transportation needs, please don't hesitate to call us.
Call Anniston EMS at 256-237-8572.
And welcome to the second half of our lineup. First up this half, Shankia McGrath. Miss McGrath, last known to be living in Anniston. She's wanted for failure to appear on Criminal Mischief Second. And here is Stanley Williams. Mr. Williams, last known to be living in Anniston. He's wanted for failure to appear on possession of marijuana second. And this is Johnny Morris. Mr. Morris, last known to be living in Anniston. He's wanted for failure to pay child support for the face of a deadbeat dad. And meet Andrew Medley. Mr. Medley, last known to be living in Anniston. He's wanted for failure to appear on use and possession of drug paraphernalia. And here is Tamika Brim. Miss Brim, last known to be living in Anniston. She's wanted for failure to appear on theft of property third. And last up in our lineup this week, Philip Stevens. Mr. Stevens, last known to be living in Anniston. He's wanted for failure to appear on assault second and failure to appear on reckless endangerment. And that's our lineup for this week. If you know the whereabouts of these folks, please give Crime Stoppers a call at 256-238-1414.
All right, we'll have some more crimes for you to help us solve here in just a little bit with the Crime Stoppers segment of the show. But right now we're talking about Veterans Court with Judge Brenda Stedham and Colonel Chuck Kelly. And Colonel Kelly, you're handling the mentorship part of this program. First off, let's talk about you as a mentor. What experience do you have?
Well, I had 29 years in the military, served at Fort McClellan 3 or 4 times, and decided to retire in this area because we love the area. I worked for a couple of companies also, a large company and a small company, and I've managed various business concerns. So mentoring comes fairly normal to me. We've done these kinds of things in the military in the past. We're looking for more mentors. As the Veterans Court has gotten a little bigger, we can use more mentors, and what we try to do is match them up by age, ethnicity, male, female, and so on. And we're really lacking some of the younger veterans that could help mentor some of the folks coming out of Afghanistan. So this is sort of a plea to folks out there. If they're interested and they've got military experience, an honorable discharge from the military, and have a couple of hours free a month, we really could use their help.
And John, I know you work with all kinds of different mental issues, and the mentoring really helps out in every aspect of life.
Oh yeah, I mean the mentors are working with their guys and gals, and it's peer to peer. So the people that are in Veterans Court aren't looking at somebody who might be a shrink or somebody who doesn't know anything about the military, doesn't know anything about combat, and listening to them give them advice. They don't want to hear that. They want to be talking to somebody who's been there, done that, knows how to navigate the VA system, knows how to function in society, and it's a tremendous help. And we really do need more mentors to come forward, especially younger folks, and 20s and 30s that have been out and served their country. This is another way to give back to the guys they fought with and fought for overseas. We need them.
Colonel Kelly, I know one aspect of it is surely that the mentors themselves are going to get something positive out of this.
Well, they do. It's good feedback. You feel good when you've been working with people and you help them navigate, for example, through the VA system and get them an appointment with a VA counselor who helps them out. So the mentors get something out of it. They don't certainly get anything financially out of it. This is volunteer work, and we need a few more volunteers. But it's a pretty good payback for them. You feel good about what you've done.
And we hate to keep going back to the veterans and saying, hey, can you be the ones to help your fellow veterans? Well, we've been sitting here in our comfort all this time, but they can do things that we can't.
Right.
They can. Most of the veterans that we find have a respect for authority. They've been through a military system, and they're willing to listen to peers, and they're willing to listen to some folks that have been through the same system they've been through.
So if somebody wants to volunteer, do they come to you, Judge? How do they do it?
They call Chuck Kelly.
Yeah, I guess the way is to call me, and can I give them a telephone number?
Absolutely.
Probably the best way. Area code 256-310-0880. They can call me. I've also got an email address. It's cgktennis@aol.com.
And we'll get both of those put up on the screen here in just a little while.
And again, we need some more, and it's really a rewarding thing. I mean, I'm glad Judge Stedham talked to me a couple of months ago and got me involved in this. It has done some wonders for people.
Have we seen, I know this is not something that's been going on for years and years, have we seen some results from the Veterans Court?
Absolutely. We have seen these men make progress in their recovery. They, at first, they're so thankful that they're not going to prison, that they're fairly easy to work with. And then they begin to get accustomed to the fact that they're not going to prison. And they can be a little bit resistant to the treatment program that I require them to attend. But once they're in that treatment program and they make a connection with a counselor who knows what they're going through and understands what they've been through, and once they go into group therapy with other vets who've seen the same things, we can see the whole attitude toward life change. We can see their decision-making change. And they're proud of themselves for the progress that they've made. And they're more willing to tell us what they have done in the past, what their drug of choice is, that they've chosen not to use, those sorts of things. So they make great progress. And families are benefited. The reason I agreed to do this when the Chief Justice called me was because I had seen in my law practice and as a judge, I've seen families broken apart with these young people who come back and don't get what they need in order to live in civilian life. So
we can't just send them off and then bring them back and not do our part to take care of them when they come home.
Right, they deserve it.
The first of the Veterans Court, there are 166 Veterans Courts throughout the country. The first one was in my hometown, Buffalo, New York. They had 165 folks who've been through this program. Only 2 people have been rearrested as a result of that. Tremendous statistics compared to other drug courts and other kinds of.
I hope we can do that well here. We're out of time right now, but if you want to find out more, we'll have that phone number and email address for you. When we come back, we'll also have our crazy criminal of the week on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.
Congratulations to Calhoun County's Crime Stoppers and the Most Wanted program that airs on the TV all the time, and for being on the air for 10 years, and also for arresting over 3,000 people. Great job, guys.
Big news for homebuyers searching through all those complicated mortgage options. AOD Federal Credit Union is now offering new, out-of-the-box mortgage solutions. Mortgage loan manager Jamie Bailey will help find the best rates and quickest approval for you. Conventional, FHA, VA, USDA, Jumbo, HARP, and more. Call Jamie Bailey at 256-241-8218. Out-of-the-box mortgage services. Reason number 4 that you belong with AOD Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by NCUA. All loans subject to credit approval. Certain restrictions apply. Equal housing lender.
For emergency and non-emergency medical transportation, you can count on Anniston EMS.
Hello, I'm Johnny Warren with Anniston EMS, and we appreciate the opportunity to provide support for the Calhoun County's Most Wanted program. And I would like to remind everyone out there that if they need any medical transportation needs, please don't hesitate to call us.
Call Anniston EMS at 256-237-8572.
Amazing grace.
How sweet the sound that saved
A crackhead, drug addict, alcoholic, meth free, a wretch like me.
I once was.
Homeless,
Broken. Sad.
just lost. But now I am sober.
Happy.
I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
Every day, shattered lives are restored thanks to the goods you donate to the Salvation Army.
And welcome to the Crime Stoppers portion of our show, where we ask you to put your deer stalkers on and help our investigators with these cases. First up on your caseload this week. On September 17th, this storage building located on Bailey Springs Road in Ohatchee was broken into. Damage was caused to the ignition switch of a Yamaha Rhino parked inside the building. And here on September 17th, this residence on Jewel Road in Oxford was broken into. A firearm and assorted jewelry and electronics were stolen from that location. A witness observed a white male driving a gray passenger car at the residence. And sometime between September 13th and September 15th, a gray Mitsubishi Galant was broken into. The vehicle parked at a lot on Highway 431 in Alexandria. They got away with a radio. And last up on your caseload this week, between September 10th and September 15th, a suspect or suspects broke into the Sprint Tower located on Highway 78 in Anniston. A generator, 9 coax connectors, copper wiring, and ground bars were stolen from that tower. And that is your caseload for this week. If you know anything about these cases, please give Crime Stoppers a call at 256-238-1414. Remember, we only want your information, not your name.
Stupid! You're so stupid!
The Crazy Criminal of the Week is sponsored by Systems by Design. Simply Smart Security. Find out how they can protect your home or business at systemsbydesign.org.
Our crazy criminal this week is 26-year-old Kyler Martin of Cornelius, Oregon. He refused to pull his car over when police turned on the blue lights behind him.
Not a wise thing.
They noticed him throw something out of the car. He did eventually stop.
Yeah.
And in the car, they found a bunch of marijuana.
Okay.
He threw something out of the car, right?
Yeah. What did he throw out?
He threw out the money.
Priorities, man. You gotta have priorities.
You're supposed to keep the money, throw the drugs out. That's the way it works. Not that we want to give tips on this program for criminals, but.
Wow. Well, wisdom in. Yeah.
All right. Well, we've been talking about Veterans Court and the need for mentors to help with some of these veterans, and we've got some information here. We talked about this, but here's the number and the email address that we promised you for Colonel Chuck Kelly. You can call him at that number or email him and volunteer to be a mentor.
Please do. We need mentors. It's a great way to give back to the veterans and the folks you actually served with and served our country. So yeah, it's a good thing.
Yeah, you work with mentors and all kinds of things. It's necessary.
Yeah, it really is, and very, very productive stuff.
All right. Well, that's all the time that we have for this week, but we hope that you have enjoyed the show. We thank you for watching, and we'll be looking for you again next week, but hopefully not in the lineup on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.